This is Chris Kettle with your Core Complete Postural Sculpting Exercise of the Week. Now this week's exercise looks at sculpting techniques for the core. One of the main lessons that we're often taught in core training is that we want to hit the abs from as many angles as possible in order to really chisel every area of the stomach and really accentuate the whole thing versus one area or another. In order to do so, planks, which involve leg or arm movements, are one of the best ways to really cause the core to reflexively stabilize, meaning movement of the extremities causes all of these areas to activate, to really stabilize, to maintain stability, and to not move. One technique that I really enjoy utilizing to do so is what is called an unstable surface plank. So you'll notice I've got a variety of implements here. And by simply putting my hands on something that is a bit unstable, like a medicine ball or a foam roller, I'm causing kind of instability. I'm causing my core to increase that stability demand, to have to shift around to avoid movement. And you know, when we're looking at this, the progression for something like this would start bigger to smaller. So what we're going to begin with is a medicine ball. Alright, I've got a big Dynamax ball here. What I'm going to do is start up against the wall. Oftentimes when you get it free or away from the wall, it's going to wobble around, and that is definitely an advanced exercise. So by just starting against the wall, we can incorporate things like knee tucks, step outs, really with the goal of just keeping the hips down. That's what I really want you to focus on. You can place a tennis ball or maybe a water bottle, something on your back to make sure that you maintain just a straight position and to maintain that back angle. So we're thinking about no arching or dipping excessively. All right, now I want you to be able to perform 30 seconds of one of these exercises, knee tucks, step outs, whatever it may be, with perfect posture. Once you're able to do that, we can move away from a wall. And again, this is going to increase the stability demands. I'm freestanding here, so it's going to wobble to the side, it's going to wobble forward and backwards, and you know, with this I can even start to do things like oscillate. I can move it forward, I can move it to the side, and as I'm doing so, I'm feeling my core really fight to stabilize that. Once we get a little better at that, we can move back to the wall with a smaller medicine ball. So we're decreasing the base of support, making this a little harder. It's a little more difficult here. Again, it's harder for me to maintain, as you can see. And again, the progression would be 30 seconds, move away from the wall, 30 seconds here. And you can start to incorporate patterns like rolls, forward and back, diagonals, whatever it may be. And another thing that I like to use is a foam roller here. This is a great tool because it's long, it's a different shape, it's less circular, so the patterns are going to be different when we're stabilized. Once again, I would start this up against the wall, but I can go forward and back, I can move my hands in slightly, I can raise one leg off the ground, and it really just gives a different feel to it. Again, this can be a little harsh on the wrist, so I would definitely start against the wall, move it off as you become proficient. And really this would apply to anything. You know, in the past we've used things like stability balls. We've used BOSUs if you have those at home. Any unstable surface that you can put your hands on that is kind of wobbly, that is not necessarily the same thing all the time, will really give you that kind of unstable component that we're talking about and crank your plank up to the next level. And that's our Core Complete Postural Sculpting Exercise of the Week.